Master Tanaka. Good morning. Good morning, my friend Helena. I am Saint Germain, and I am full of energy. Each being on the earthly plane always expresses this full energy. Often, this is not perceived as a lack of knowledge of God's truth within himself. I can say that the lack of knowledge is as if it were a distraction that each one allows himself to live on the earthly plane. You can always access all the information in your inner world through your free will. So, when I speak these words, it is so that everyone remembers that the inner world is a truth in all beings. Many believe that access to the inner world excludes those interpreted as unique. But what must always be remembered is that in God's world, everyone is equal. So, the truth that is present in everyone is oneness, the truth that is present in everyone is equality, which has been established naturally. So, understanding what is natural within you, realizing that this natural is always accessible to you, will make you know, when I put here the truth, that your inner world is always whole, that your energy is always full. And it is through this understanding that you will allow yourself to reorient your experience process. Within a matter plane, many interpret that there is a right and a wrong. They generate directions to themselves through a right and a wrong. I bring a form of guidance here. Always remember that when you are in God's world, this right or wrong does not exist. But when you are embedded in your plan of experiences and utilize a belief system, you base yourself on that belief, right or wrong. To generate a system of self-understanding and allow yourself to change what you interpret as your habits, you must know your belief system so that you perceive how these beliefs work in your lives and what you determine within these beliefs. So, for this permission to occur within a form of habit change, you must always respect these beliefs. I'm not saying you should stay guided by right or wrong. But what I am guiding you to do is for all of you to realize what you hold within yourself as principles and values, because principles and values are choices that you generate on an earthly plane. When you understand these principles and values, you will realize in what direction your entire experience process is being generated. For those who do not yet have clarity of their principles and values, this must be accomplished, because only through clarity of this will you conduct your thoughts in a guided way. Always remember that on an earthly plane, everything that leads you to an experience is what you determine within your thoughts and feelings. So, when you have this clarity within principles and values, you will realize that a structure is formed in your being. This structure makes you generate a system of self-confidence, because only through self-confidence are changes in habit generated in you. Always remember that the truth is always whole. Still, when you are within an earthly plane and are inserted in a belief system, these beliefs must always be clear to you and always be conducted in a way that you realize that they are, yes, working in your favor, because what you must remember are not the beliefs that dominate you, because within the world of God, there is no such concept of dominion, but what you must perceive through your self-control, through the control or the orientation that you generate thought and feeling is where you will realize that a whole structured process is being oriented within you to a plane of matter. Always remember that everyone is here to experience themselves, and this form of experience is continuously generated by yourself. So when you are sure of your whole structure, when you are confident in yourself, all that you will experience within yourself is a state of conviction, and these principles and values sustain this conviction. That is why I am bringing these words back to all of you, so that you can review them for those who do not yet have clarity, so that you can get them to clarity. Always remember that you are acting within your plan of experiences. Free will is an ever available resource in God's world. With these words, I say goodbye. Thank you very much.